All right. So hello. For today, we are going to talk about the end game content and welcoming newcomers of the new article in GameSpot. So it's a game. It's GameSpot, so it's 100% true. The information here is valid. So they interviewed Genshin Impact developers about the end game content and welcoming newcomers. Now, a lot of content creators are already reacted on this, and this is something that will really reflect the future of Genshin Impact. Starting from 3.0 to the end of 3.2, the length of each will be shortened 5 weeks, but a shorter update cycle will not influence the quality of gameplay and content. Please stay tuned. Okay, so I mean, it's actually refreshing to see the 5 weeks, but the 6 weeks. I would love to see it 4 weeks. Honestly, I would like to see 4 weeks rather than the 5 weeks or 6 weeks. But I feel like the 4 weeks is too fast, and then the 5 weeks is just right. Currently, the Spiral Abyss is the only true end game for at artisan reach permanent end game content in same vein as the Spiral Abyss. So, Spiral Abyss is one of the most effective players to test out their strength. Wait. Also, design it as creating if you design another type of end game content that's similar to Spiral Abyss, it might end up creating excessive anxiety for our players. Not everyone is interested in mastery. Just like the Gacha. Okay, as an open world game. Okay, so basically no, right? But a couple of points here. Number one is anxiety. Anxiety. So, number one points here that I really want to tackle is the anxiety that they're talking about here in this answer. Now, for one, they say that they don't want to create excessive anxiety, but your game is revolves around FOMO, meaning fear of missing out, right? Fear of missing out. The anxiety of fear of missing out, right? You cannot get weapons, or you cannot like get these exclusive stuffs because it's in limited banners, or not just in limited banners, but in also limited time. And also, the characters are 50-50. This creates a lot of anxiety for the players. So this is something that is really stupid when this is a point that really for me is something that is really stupid. The 50-50 creates a lot of anxiety for a lot of players. Am I right? Right. But Genshin is going to be in a 2-year ever expanding roster. Some older characters might get left behind as power creep settles in. A newer character becomes much stronger choices. Is there a plan in place to potentially upgrade older characters and make them more viable? If a character is only assessed by a single dimension of numerical strength, a power could be an issue. However, in Genshin Impact, the rules of gameplays are more. So what they're saying here is that they're not going to update any character. It's perfect the way they are. Introduction of Dendro has created plenty of news to cause elemental reaction, but some elements have been left out. Has there any indication regarding new reaction? Could there be a new Geo and Dendro reaction? We have no such plans for the time being. The world of with an easy and open rules feedback. The world though. So nothing, yeah. World of the Bat continues to expand, giving players so many challenges to complete domain. Is there a chance of we cover or quicker regeneration rate to allow players to take on more of these domains? Bosses and they are important to farm. As rewards, meanwhile, we're also providing more options for gamers to obtain characters development items. For example, many characters and can be obtained and redeemed from events that we run periodically. So no, right? It's such a long answer, but it's basically no. It's basically no, right? Okay. So, new players may have been a bit lost when starting summertime, obviously. This also happened when Scaramouche showed up in Inazuma Archon Quest after appearing in the limited time Mondstadt event. Is the team considering adding a way for new players to see or I would love to see if you can like replay the story and stuff, just because as a refresher, because like I think playing it for like 2 years already, like I kind of like I kind of like don't know what happened anymore because you've been kind of like just in the artifact grind and stuff. So I don't even remember the story anymore, honestly. And and then costumes were added to the game, but like I think we are aware of this issue. We're looking intelligent manager past content on. Okay, so this is something that they will not be fixing for in the near future. Costumes were added to the game last year, providing new and stylish look for some characters. How likely is that becomes a recipient of one of those costumes? It would be interesting to see the travelers in clothing that represent some they entered. It is an intriguing idea that design I think. I actually don't understand how like the costumes like why don't they create more costumes like why don't they create more costumes? Like, if they were to create more costumes, or like if they were to create more skins, like it would honestly ramp up their revenue, like their income or something like that. As a follow up, I but like the thing is that the deluxe skin was excellent, all right, but the deluxe skin, um the effects of the deluxe skin was kind of minimal to what was you know to what was basically to what I expected to be. It was minimal, like uh I think it's like a bit dark red, the flames, but that's about it, right? But there's yeah. As a follow up to the previous question, Aether and Lumine seem to get during a certain quest, like mask or flower count. They can only be worn of short periods. Have you ever considered turning this into We've been discussing it within the team, and we don't have details or reveal this. On top of so no, right? Another no. On top of Genshin, Hoyoverse is also working on Honkai pa breed characters from in terms of characters that we wish to channel. So they're requesting like maybe like a collaboration, right? Yeah, there's been crossover, yeah. Into creating characters where there are new approach for so we will be sure to share them with everyone. So that's it, right? Okay. I think a couple of points here is that for number two, I think the number 2 point here is that streamers.
This could be the greatest heist.
What is that? Yo, what is happening? Oh my god, autoplayed. That autoplayed. Oh my god, bro. Streamers having a meltdown. Now, there is Mtashed and Tectone having like I've seen like their thumbnails and stuff. I'm gonna put it in the thumbnail as well. Don't worry. The reason why is that like this content creators, it's their job, right? It's their job. That's why they're having like a meltdown, playing the game because they want like here's the thing. Here's the thing. What is the use of you? What is the use of getting R5 and C6? R5 and C6 if you cannot use it to to have like an end game content and stuff, right? And now these streamers like they play the game 6 to 8 hours a day and stuff. It's their job basically. So I think Tecton spent around $180,000, but he also earned like around $4 million. So but like what I'm saying is the drive and the passion for the game. If you know that you cannot if you know that you cannot like use like if you know that you cannot use the artifacts that you are trying to improve and the artifacts that you are trying to like get, what is the use of that, right? Or something like that. And the anxiety that they say we tackled the anxiety earlier about the what they call it, mask grief and stuff. It's really bullshit for that. That they're saying it's excessive anxiety for other players when their game is built around fear of missing out events. We tackled that earlier. So I just don't know the reason of like even in the beginning of the game, as a casual player, I've said that having an R5 and C6 weapon and a C6 R5 weapon and a C6 character is a waste of money just because I have already accepted that the game is just going to be stagnant and stuff. It's just going to be a character collection event, a character collection game wherein you collect the character, you build the character, and and then you test the limit of the character, and then that's about it. And then the next one is you're just going to repeat the same process, right? But number 3, okay, this is number 3. This is number 3. I probably a lot of you would be angry with 40 we're in like 40 viewers right now. Like I feel like you guys will be angry at me, but like I need to say this. The story quest is not insane. Like you play the game for the story, right? That story is great. The story is great, all right? But let me just say that the ending of it is gonna be the brother and sister, the siblings are going to reunite. Then voila, you know what I'm saying. All right, The Archon quest for me is insane. All right, don't get me wrong. But other than the Archon quest and stuff, like for example, Aranara quest. Aranara quest was stupidly long, and from the very start, from the very start that it was going to be that Arama was going to die. Arama was going to die, or Arama was the seed, right? Or something like that. It was typical. It's not, it's not great. It's average. It's average. The Archon quest right now, I haven't played the latest one, but I played the first one, like the first half of the update, which is the time looping shit. And I'm really biased when it comes to I'm really biased when it comes to like time looping shit. So that is really pretty insane for me. So a lot of quest in Genshin is predictable. All right, it's predictable. All right, and let's not pretend that it is not predictable. Now, you say that Genshin, you play Genshin for the story. Yes, I understand. I understand. It's a really good argument. But let's not pretend. Let's not pretend that you do not care about combat. Right? I don't care about combat. No, 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 no. First of all, the reason why Genshin is so popular, it's because of the combat mechanics of the game. Because it's just beautifully animated, and it's just really good. You take a look at you take a look at for example, you take a look at Tower of Fantasy. Tower of Fantasy's no, not mechanics, but Tower of Fantasy's combat mechanics is a little bit clunky. But Genshin is smooth as fuck, right? Let's not pretend that you do not care about the combat and stuff. Right? But here's the thing. I feel like and also I want to address this thing, but like Genshin anniversary shit. All right. The Genshin anniversary is always gonna, has always been and will always be a shitty rewards. All right. 20 wishes is not enough. I feel like 40 is 40 is right there. But I feel like a lot of the community has already I feel like a lot of the community has been I feel like a lot of the community has just been distracted by the fact that we are getting an anime. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Genshin anniversary shit. Right? And like you can really understand why a lot of people are disappointed in this article, because what is the use of getting good artifacts, and like what is the use of C6ing a character, right? If you cannot test what you truly. So I think what they're trying to say here is that, for example, like you did the game, right? Like you did the game and you did the combats of the game, and then after that you did the Spiral Abyss and stuff, tested your stuff, and then maybe you come back from the game time to time. But I don't think Genshin Impact is never gonna be a game wherein you can stream it for like 6 hours or like 8 hours a day or something like that, because there's I think a lot of the Genshin Impact community has been copium enough to say that maybe they're going to surprise us. No. It's been 2 years already, and it's been 2 years already, and they have they had a lot of chances to do that. And let's not be copium enough that they're going to raise the bar right now. But this article is like a nail to the coffin for a lot of people. But for me, I don't really care because I'm a casual, and like I still haven't explored Sumeru. The content for me right now is too much, actually. But like you can understand that for this, for a lot of people here on Twitch, like for example, it's their jobs. It's their jobs that we're talking about here. It's their viewership. It's that's why they're really pretty emotional about it, right? So you really have to understand. But then again, I for people like me, it doesn't really affect me. You know, it doesn't really affect me. But it's just, it's just um it's just really disappointing that, for example, Gio and Dendro, Cryo and Dendro. For if I'm right, Cryo and Dendro doesn't do shit, right? Right? So yeah, it's a little bit disappointing, but I mean, it's the game for what it is, right? So number four is that it's the gacha game. It's a gacha game argument. Now, it's a gacha game argument. The way I see it is, it's a copium argument. The reason is that like the Raiden doesn't work with Beidou. What the community was silenced. Reddit posts like Reddit posts and others were like deleted. They were just taken down. There were even a lawsuit, like they were just taken down and stuff. And then Zhongli and stuff, like the community has been asking for an end game content for a lot of times already. Now, it's not just Westerners, about what you said. It's not just about Westerners, or like the like a lot of whales here in this game is in the Chinese community. Like they see 6R5 weapons and stuff, like they want to test out the capabilities of their characters. So that's why they want endgame like almost all of us want endgame content, but like because we want to test our strengths and stuff. Like, what is the use of getting the artifacts, right? So this argument is a gotcha game is kind of like an argument that is that saying like you just settled, for the things that they are feeding you. But the thing here is that we are seeing a system where the developers and the we are seeing a system where the company is neglecting its consumers and the voice of the gamers, and the voice of the voice of its players, right? That's the way I'm seeing it. Like, are we just going to turn a blind eye and say it's a gotcha game in order for it to justify the neglecting part that we are getting, right? So that's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. Hoyo took 4 to 5 years building a proper endgame content for Honkai. All right. So, this is the fifth argument. All right. Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact is two different games, right? Genshin Impact is a global phenomenon. Now, here's what I'm saying. Like Honkai Impact is not as big as Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is a global phenomenon. That's why it adopted an anime, right? You have to please like a really big community. But here's the thing, Here's the thing. In this article, they just pretty much confirmed that they're not going to build any endgame content, right? It's been 2 years in the game. 2 years in the game. 2 years. So right now, if this is if this is this is really a stupid PR move, and I do not know who approved this, like like in the PR department and stuff, because this is really a bad PR move, right? It's a really disappointment move, But if they had plans and stuff, maybe just give us something to hope for, right? But in this article, they pretty much did the nail in the coffin. All right. Now, you might say, maybe like 4 to 5 years from now, that's copium, you know. That's copium. This is Hoyo took 4 to 5 years building a proper endgame content for Honkai is a really copium argument. Copium argument, right? And it's a gacha game as well. It's a copium argument, honestly, right? But it's a really good argument though. But nevertheless, yeah. If you're watching the video, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye. All right.